What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Fans and G-Star.
So it's Friday. A little nasty outside, but it's all good. We have another topic for you guys we wanted to discuss with you all. Tonight we wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule. Right?
For those of you who don't know what the 80-20 rule is, G-Star gonna, explain that to you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why butt in if you're not going to?
All right, come on, let's go.
So, explain the 80-20 rule. Explain the 80-20 rule for people. You can give your own outlook on the 80-20 rule, but we want to know, we want to know anyway what you think about the 80-20 rule. If anyone has left their 80 for their 20, or feel like your 20 may be earning a little more of a percentage in the whole situation or whatever. But with this being said, let's keep this clear. Let's have kind of like a disclosure kind of. If you know you're going to get yourself in trouble tonight talking about the 80-20, being that whomever, whichever is there next to you or around you or anything, don't say anything. Don't incriminate yourselves. Please don't do that. I don't want anybody to get in trouble.
Just listen.
And blame us. You know what I mean? You can smile, you can smirk, shake your head, nod your head. If you know you're going to get into something, don't say anything. All right?
Damn, we forgot to put the call in.
What,
okay, for the newcomers, the discussion tonight is the 80-20 rule. We didn't explain. What the 80-20 rule is, you could be getting 80% at home with your partner or significant other, and you could meet somebody else, and that other person is giving you just 20%, but that 20% could feel like the world to you. So that's what the 80-20 rule is.
So what you think about the 80-20 rule?
I think the 80-20 rule, I feel like 20s always want that 80 place. Does that make sense? Hey, LA.
It could to some, it could to you.
Tonight's discussion is the 80-20 rule.
80-20 rule, 80-20 rule. Let some people come in, let them catch up. We're talking about the 80-20 rule, what you think about the 80-20 rule. We're going to give you our thoughts on what we feel about the 80-20 rule, and let's just have an open forum, open conversation about the 80-20 rule.
I feel like 20s always want what the 80 has. So you're going to get 80%. That's what they say. You're going to get 80% out of your partner, and somebody, it could be at work, it could be somebody just giving you that 20% of, it could be lack of affection, it could be lack of attention, it could be lack of whatever. Hey, La, what's up? Tonight we're discussing the 80-20 rule. What are your thoughts, you guys' thoughts on the 80-20 rule?
Wait, so let's go back to what you said. You said that someone can only give you 80%.
No. I said no.
Just said that.
No, I said people say that you only get 80% out of
a person,
your relationship. To sometimes, in some cases, because not all the time. Some people are content with their 80 or whatever their partner's giving them, but the 80-20 rule is like you're getting 20% from somebody else that makes you think that they're giving, makes you feel like you're getting that 80, and that little 20% can make the world, it can mean the world to a person. That's what I said.
All right, so you're saying that the 20% can go a long way, pretty much.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the 20% is like a facade in my eyes. Does that make sense? Okay. Like, it could just be like, okay, say if, if you have a wife or you have a girlfriend, a fiance or whatever, or a girlfriend long-term that, you guys get so involved into work and your whole life, if you have kids, they might not be able to give you, or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, in some relationships, things like, I don't want to say die down, but you kind of lack in a sense, because life takes over. So you don't get to give them all the attention that they need, or that affection, or stroke that ego like they might need. So they get it from somewhere else, and that it makes them like, that's what makes people stray,
But
right? Or no?
possibly,
You get what I'm saying?
possibly. I'm just saying. So why leave room for it then? People leave room for that 20. Does that
But
make
like-
sense? Hold up.
Yeah, okay.
Let me explain. So if you're not doing that, whatever that 20% is doing, it could just be a hi, how you doing? It could just be a simple, you look nice today. That could go a long way. And if you're not doing that little bit, that leaves room for that 20%. Yeah, you could be doing 80. You could live together, you could provide, you could whatever. You could be doing whatever you're doing that gives you the title of having or being that 80% in the whole scheme of things, right? And you leave room for the 20 because you forgot to do or you choose not to do certain things because you feel like I'm doing 80%. Or I'm giving 80%.
I don't think people in a relationship really look at it as, oh, I'm only giving 80%. It's just that's just what people say.
People just say that they're giving?
People know. It's just like a saying, the 80-20 rule. Like I've seen in a movie, the 80-20 rule. Like you're going to give up that 80 for that little bit of 20 of that, that attention or that ego that's being stroked. You're going to give up all of that 80 for this little bit of 20 that you're getting here and there.
Listen. Sometimes people are fooled by the 20. It's possible.
That is.
The 80 could be, they're together, they've been together, they have history and all of that good stuff, right? And the 20% could just be that no lip. Right? We spoke about this.
That's not realistic.
No, it is realistic.
Okay, so
you're not giving
the 20 usually 9 times out of 10 the 20 wants that 80 spot. 9 times out of 10. Yeah. Okay. Let's read a comment. Pink Hostility says 80% of your relationship means your provider, your financial provider, the person you settle down with. She also says 20% is the person that can bring you what the 80 may not have. The ability to do the 20% because of the 80% that's being focused on. Hey, Lika.
So, Pink Hostility, you're saying that you feel like you have to have a 20%. You can have an 80. He or she may be the provider or whatever they are, but that 20% is going to be there because the 80 may not be able to do certain things. Coons, what up, boy?
Is that what Pink Hostility is saying?
That's what I'm asking. Pink Hostility, is that what you're saying?
So for the newcomers tonight, the discussion is the 80-20 rule. All right, we're going to put the poll up.
I thought you already did.
I didn't put it up yet. I don't know. So we were going to take a poll. I don't know how to get back to it. But it's like the question was. Wait, let me see if I get that section. Oh. The question is,
create the poll.
I did create it.
Oh, edit the poll.
All right. Let's put this one out.
Right.
Okay. No, that was the wrong one. Oh, all right. Yeah. So the question is,
has anyone left?
It's anonymous. We won't
their
know.
80 for their 20. Listen, I said this in the beginning. Do not say anything or something that's going to get you in trouble tonight. Don't do it to yourselves. I'm telling you. Speak on it or whatever the case may be, but if it's going to get you in trouble, don't even bother.
So tonight the topic is the 80-20 rule. Do you guys believe that you'll get 80% out of your relationship and 20% from someone else, or what are your thoughts on the 80-20 rule? What is anybody's thoughts on it?
Do you think what?
Lika, what do you think about the 80-20 rule, Lika? Hey, Steve. Steve, tonight's discussion is the 80-20 rule. Can you give us your opinion on the 80-20 rule? What do you think? Hey, now, what's your opinion on the 80-20 rule? We put a poll. Has anybody left their 80 for their 20?
Don't get yourselves in trouble, man. Ladies, fellas, don't get yourselves in trouble tonight.
So the 80-20 rule is this. People say that you're only going to get 80%. This is why, I guess, women or men go astray, because they're getting that 20%, whatever the 20% might be, they're getting it from someone else.
To make them whole?
To make them whole. So that's why, it's like 50-50.
50-50? No, not as far as the workload. What up, Nels? Not as far as the workload, as far as in the relationship, who does what. That should be 50-50. Yes, granted. We're saying the 80-20 rule, where, okay, people, and you may know somebody like this that has a girl that does everything, or a male that does everything, right? They hold it down, blah, 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 whatever. But they still have that one person on the side that they do X, Y, Z with.
No,
that's the 20.
Yeah, but they're thinking like men do 80% of the work and the woman does 20% of the work.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, not that. Not as far as the workload. We're saying the 80-20 rule. You haven't heard of the 80-20 rule.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we should switch it.
Switch what?
You get 80, never 100.
Why is that?
Why do you feel like, Miss Williams, why do you feel like you get 80 and never 100?
From somebody. So you're always going to have a 20 on the side? You have to accept people. Yeah, you have to accept people to a certain extent. Meaning what? I'm confused.
No, they're confused out. Maybe we should switch it to that.
To what?
To what they think it is, because they're not getting it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. No one is perfect. No.
That's what you want to do.
Sometimes it's a little thing. Okay. LA says sometimes it's the little things that makes all the difference.
Facts.
That is true, LA. That is so true.
So that's why people that have an 80, I guess, would keep a 20 on the side, because it's the little things that count, and the 80 may not provide that little whatever, that little spark or something, or forget to. You gotta think, people get busy and
that's what I said in the beginning. People get so caught up in their lives. For the newcomers, we're talking about the 80-20 rule.
But you that busy that you can't say God bless you? Little things.
Oh my God.
Man.
I don't think nobody pays attention to that.
Joe. Little things. Can't say God bless you? Damn. Little things.
Nell said he needs the effort I'm giving regardless. What's the 80-20 rule? Can you elaborate?
So 80-20 rule, right? So let's say I'll give a scenario, right? I have fans. I have fans, right? And fans is, right, my wife, my lady, everything, whatever the case may be. So at that point, well, really, fans does everything. Like she's the 80%.
Right.
Not as far as the workload. Not saying she does 80, I do 20. No, we're not saying that. Fans does the 80%, right? But Fans doesn't, like she says, stroke my ego or say God bless you,
the little things.
Say hello, you look nice, things like that. So
like
now you go to work, right? You go to work, you meet whomever she or he may be, or just in the street randomly. You see this person every day and they say, oh, you look nice today, or how you doing, or whatever. You start kicking it with them or whatever. So you keep them around just for that 20%, which is just for you to hear those words or those
make you feel good in a sense. Not saying that your 80 wouldn't.
Or let's take it up a notch, right? This is a grown live conversation, so let's take it up a notch, right? You have your 80, right? You're in a relationship with someone or whatever, and you know you're in a relationship, a real adult relationship, but it may not be what you expect in certain aspects. So let's say in the bedroom, it may not be what you thought it would be in the bedroom. Therefore, you go, you meet somebody who puts it down in the bedroom. But that's all they are there for. That's the 20%. They are only there for the bedroom, and that's that. It's not that you going out to eat and you doing this and you doing that. It's just bedroom, right? You have your 80% for everything else. So that's 80-20. That good?
Yeah.
Explains it? All right.
Nia says 80-20 is life. You don't always get everything on your checklist.
So
that's good, Nia.
So most people are saying you're always gonna have a 20. Is that what you're saying?
No, you should just be okay with your 80. Like you should be okay. You shouldn't always, because 20s they usually wait and sit like a snake in the grass, waiting there, playing their part, and then they want to become that 20.
That's not always true. Some 20s are content with being the 20. They are cool with that. They don't want the extra. They just want what they get, and that's that.
Steve says the 20% will end leaving you and find their 100%. The 80% will leave you because they are going to find the 20 from someone else. You lose in the end. Is that true? Because
wait, that was confusing.
yeah, I guess like either way you lose because your 80 might find out about your 20, and then the 20 might not want to be in the 80s place because the person seen whatever or see how you do the 80. So they both might leave you, and at the end you'll lose. That's what
Listen,
LA says sometimes people feel like they give you the best that they got.
yeah, but listen, Steve, to your comment, what you were saying, the 20, it doesn't matter what they want. They're the 20. They're there for whatever purpose they're there for. Your 80 is your 80, right? I don't know how you view it, but your 80 is your 80, right? And your 20 is your 20. So therefore, it doesn't matter what they want. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you want more or whatever the case may be. You're not getting that.
Yeah, but that don't make sense because what?
I'm not.
Because 20s, people's feelings grow, so that don't make sense. Your 20, they always want more. If they can say what they want, but after a while, feelings change. They evolve, and they want more.
Your feelings can evolve, but that doesn't mean you can't get more if there's no more to give. It's only 100%. It's only 100%.
No.
So if my 80 is 80 and you're the 20, how can I give you more? Blood from a stone, baby girl. I can't. I don't got it to give you. That's common sense.
Also says your expectations always get you hurt. That is the truth. We had that topic last week.
Yeah, we
just
spoke
a couple of
about
days ago.
expectations. So your expectations definitely can lead to your demise, basically, but of a relationship.
Lika says if you're looking for a 20 somewhere else, you should be single. If you're looking for a 20%, then you should be single.
All right, but Lika, the question is this: so you have whomever you listen,
right,
not you. I'm saying you should be. You're saying you should be content with 80. Cool. That's what you're saying. Everybody should be content with 80%. No one should want more. Just your 80.
Well, no, because how do you know? How do you know? All right. Okay.
Nobody. What? How do you know what? How do you know you're getting 80? Is that what you about to say?
Janelle said, wait, do the male do the 80 or do I do the 80? Vice versa. It could be a female, matter. Like as if G is only giving me 80% and then I go look for 20% from somewhere else. Somebody else is giving me that attention that he don't give or telling me this that he don't tell me. So that's when the 80.
So look, it's majority of ladies in the room. Let's get serious for a second, right? You have a man, ladies, or female, whatever you prefer, and that person does not do one thing very well. Whatever the one thing is, only you know, and let's just keep that in mind. You meet somebody that can do that one thing
that
very well.
And that's that 20%.
That's your 20. You content with the 80? Your 80 can do everything but that one thing. Or whatever. What?
Nia says, I don't feel if you love the person giving you the 80, the 20 should be a big deal. You shouldn't be searching for it.
What's the 20, Nia? I'm not saying you're searching for it. What is the 20? There's something that people want and they may not have and they wish they did. I don't care how much you love somebody or whatever the case may be. What is that one thing that you feel like I just can't live without?
Lika says, hold on. Lika says, your 80 may be unhappy. If they're unsatisfied and missing the other 20, then they will eventually leave.
People don't leave their 80.
Because they're giving them 80%. The 20 has to be worth
people don't
the 80
leave their,
I mean,
their 80.
the female or male leaving. Like, you have to be worth the you got to be worth the risk in a sense. For me to leave my 80, you got to be worth the risk. You got to be giving me what my 80 is giving me on top of that 20 that you're giving me.
Yeah, but then they're not a 20 anymore.
Exactly. Some people, that's why I'm telling you, people want more. People always want more.
And that's
because it's a facade.
But that's when it becomes a facade, because your 20 had you fooled thinking that they were going to do as much or better than that 80.
LA says, what if the 20 wants more and the 80 just want what they can get? What happened to his 20's feelings? Exactly my point.
LA, no one cares.
Yes.
No one cares about the 20. No
But
one
why
can.
are you playing with the 20s?
No,
feelings?
because the 20 is there for whatever. Look, listen. When people have the 80-20 or whatever, there should be like some type of guidelines or unwritten rules or something.
No,
You know what I mean?
people's feelings
Because listen, you could want what you want. You're a 20. You know what you got, what you signed up for.
yeah, but the 20
know
could
what
be
you signed
telling
up
you
for.
what you want to hear, like leave her because I can do that and more.
Yeah.
Or leave him and
Yeah.
I can do that
Yeah,
and
they
more.
could be. They could
and
be.
then boom.
No.
That's them wanting more.
Then
you can't just
it don't matter. It doesn't matter. You can say what you want. Leave her. Don't be with her. I can do this and this for you. Yeah, maybe you can, but I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to drop 80
why
for 20.
entertain a 20?
I just told you why people entertain 20.
But that doesn't make sense. Why play with both people's feelings?
It's really not, because at the end of
It's
the day,
not?
some people don't care.
But
They don't care. Some people do
that doesn't
not
make
care
sense.
about the
Logically,
20.
that's playing with somebody's feelings. That's playing with two people's feelings.
Oh,
It's
playing with two people's feelings. What? It's what?
period. No if. Like this person's loving you and the 80's loving you. So that means you're playing with two people's feelings. Lika says, nah, I'm not content with that because that 20 could be very important.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm missing out on 20% or whatever. Yeah, you doing 80, but that 20 could be major.
What you call this person?
Oh, Coons. Yeah, you
Coons
do.
said,
You gotta go home to the 80
go home to the 80
every night. So
the 20 is just fun.
Thank you. So the 20 don't matter. You understand what I'm saying now, people. The 20 doesn't matter. The 80 is the 80. The 80 is that. That's it. That's what it is. 20 don't get a say-so. Doesn't matter.
That doesn't make sense. Okay, so Nia says the 20 is usually little. I don't think the 20 is something I can live without. I can't live without. The 80 is something I can't live without. I agree. And then Pooch, what's his name? Pooch? No, I think she gave him a nickname.
No, that's
Pooch, not all the time. Go home to your man.
Right. So basically, if you're a 20, you should have an 80 on your own.
So that means
there's rules.
If you have a 20, that means your 20 has to have an 80, so that y'all both have something to risk,
something to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying.
Yeah, you should have something. If I have something to lose, you should have something to lose. That way, we both know the risk, and there's no you wanting more and this, that, and third. Okay, your feelings could grow, but you know it can't go to wherever you think it's gonna go. Bars.
Siobhan says, no one will ever find someone that can give them 100%. You just like you can never be 100% for someone. There will always be someone someone lacking on something. So he says, nobody sees 80-20 till they get caught.
Right. But the 20 is still a 20, right? The 20 is still a 20. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree, Alika. She says, so you're saying that the 20 can never turn into an 80? But she thinks they can.
I'm saying they shouldn't.
But they can.
It
happens. Trust me, it happens.
I'm not speaking for anyone, but I'm just talking, right? I'm just conversing. I'm just saying. I'm just sparking the dialogue. I don't think the 20 should become an 80 at any point. Like, I don't think that if you're a 20, you're a 20. That's that.
No.
That's that. Like Fant was saying before we even got on the line, we were talking about it. She was saying that, if you leave your 80, your 20 becomes your 80. No.
Yes, that is.
No.
Okay, so we took a poll. You guys can still, chime in on the poll, but it says, has anyone left their 80 for their 20? And 14% said yes, and 86% said no.
Right.
So
nobody's leaving the 80 for the 20. So it doesn't matter what the 20 thought or how the 20 felt. No, they were going home to their 80. Period.
But the 20 sometimes become that 80 because of what they're feeding you. They're giving you that everything that you ever wanted from your 80. So it's like, I could live without that. Let me go to this because she's giving it to me or he's giving it to me.
They can never give you everything that your 80
You don't know that because they're giving you it not on a consistent basis.
Listen,
so whenever you're getting it, it's like it's the best thing in the world to you.
For the moment.
But
for
in
the
that moment, you're feeling
moment.
it. So in that moment, it's like the best thing ever. So it's like, all right,
you live in the moment. People are living in the moment. They're not saying, oh, this is the best moment. I want this moment to last forever. Because that's not always true. You got to take feelings out of the 80-20. Listen,
Yeah,
That's
that's not
kinda hard.
realistic
That's
because
kinda
everybody
hard
got
to do.
feelings.
That's
Nia
kinda
said
hard to do.
exactly, Nancy. Entertaining that 20 gonna make you lose that 80. I don't think the 20 can ever turn into an 80 or better. I think so.
That's what I said. You said exactly, Nancy. I said that. The 20 can never be the 80 because no matter how good or whatever you're doing, it's not going to amount to the 80%. It's going to be 20%.
Mhm.
That's it.
Jerry says it's never 50-50. A relationship takes. No, Jerry, we're talking about the 80-20 rule for the newcomers. 80-20 rule when like you got an 80 at home and then you got a 20 that you're entertaining. Or that 20 that's entertaining you.
Not the workload. Not saying you do this amount of work and I do this amount of work in the relationship. No, we're talking 80-20 rule.
LA says some people never get an 80, but always fall for the 20 because somebody better than nobody. That's
wow.
true. That's true, LA.
That sucks.
Yeah, but they don't know no better, so that's what they
sucks.
getting.
That sucks. That's true. That sucks, but that's true. That's absolutely true. But the 20 is the 20. I still don't understand why you don't understand that. I don't understand what you mean. No, some people are content with being 20. Yes, exactly. Some people are content with being 20.
What's his name?
Kuntz.
Kuntz. Let me tell you something. People are content being a 20 for the moment until it graduates. It gets the stakes get higher in a sense because it's like my feelings is getting more involved. I want more. They always want more.
No.
Kuntz.
No. You know why? You know why that's not true? Or when that is true, you know what happens? People come into it lying about whatever the situation is.
He said 20. That 20 can move up to an 80. It's called what? Monkey Berry?
No, the 20 could not move up to 80 because you came into the situation knowing what the situation was. So how is that going to change? Now, when people lie and they say, all right, look.
In the beginning, you put 20 put on that front. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I know you got a girl.
that's the 20.
And then, all right.
Listen,
but
it doesn't matter.
For now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does. That matters.
It does not matter. I'm good at being that for now. That's what you're going to be forever. Unless.
You don't know. You say that for the moment.
You go.
Until things get more intense and feelings get more involved.
Know yourself.
Nia says entertainment, the 20% isn't reality. The 80% is.
Entertainment.
Is the 20%,
right?
Isn't reality. The 80% is reality. 20% is just entertainment. It's not,
for the moment. Can't say it's not reality because people are living in that moment for the moment.
The topic, Sherry, is 80-20 rule. You got an 80 at home and you get entertained, or you're being the entertainer for a 20%.
So damn near majority of the 88% of the people right now are saying that they're not leaving their
80 for their 20.
80 for their 20.
So Kay says you have to fully understand and know what you want in order to understand you have a 80 or a 20.
Fact. So I think men are more content, and I could be wrong. I'm just speaking.
Yeah.
Men are more content with being a 20. Like if the girl has a man and I'm still knocking it down, I'm cool. Listen, go to your man, baby. When you come see me, we're gonna get it in. We're gonna do what we do, and then you gotta go.
But men are different from women. Because women are not. Women are not.
But this is what we're dealing with. I'm just saying this is what we're dealing. Now I feel like females that are 20, like you're saying, feel like, okay, I'm a 24 now.
For the now.
I can study hard. I could work my way up to the 80.
Right.
And baby girl, you fooling yourself.
No, because some 20s become 80s.
You're fooling yourself.
Some 20s become 80s, G.
Because
my God, I should do a poll. If you were ever a 20, did you become an 80?
Do it.
I'm going to do that poll. And it's anonymous. We don't know who you are.
Right. We just see the numbers. But like I said before, don't get yourselves in trouble tonight. Please be anonymous, be discreet. If you have your 20 right beside you right now, don't even say anything. Don't even let her know or him know that they're 20. If you have your 80, still don't let her know. I don't want to be told I'm an 80. I'm trying to be 100% out here. But they say people can't give 100%. That's what everyone seems to be saying to me. I don't understand it, but whatever.
And for the people that said, has anyone ever left their 80 for their 20? We had, all right. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me read some more comments.
You can do it?
Yeah, I posted, if you were ever a 20, did you become an 80?
All
Let
right.
me see. Okay. Juan said that. Nia said the 20% only entertain or fill tiny spaces. The 80% occupies your heart, your mind consistently, and is almost everything you want. The 20% is usually something you can live without. I agree, Nia.
For
Hey,
some
Janice.
people. For some people.
So the newcomers,
Not
the
for
topic
all,
tonight
man.
is 80-20 rules. Look at this poll, my man. Look at this poll.
Yeah, but that could be two people.
It don't matter.
That could be two.
We don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It says 50-50.
Let it keep going. Let it keep going.
For the newcomers, the topic tonight is the 80-20 rule. I'm losing my thought. I'm losing my thought.
So, 80-20 rule. The first question was, has anyone left their 80 for their 20? No,
You
you
gotta
said that
give the
now, right?
definition. Yeah.
So the definition of 80-20 is you have 80% at home, someone that provides 80% of your happiness, and you may have, or not leave, you may have that 20% elsewhere that basically makes you whole. It could be for one reason only, not saying you have to be in a quote unquote relationship with them like fans thinks. I don't think that's
Most
even
20s think they're in a relationship.
No, because
Like, you're number one, I'm number two. What's that? What's the song?
I don't know.
It's called Play It.
I don't know the song.
Is it Weekend? That's the 80-20 rule right there.
You keep saying that.
That is the 80-20 rule. What's her name? Her or something like that? Anyway, Alika says,
okay.
So I understand this right. Both the male and female in the relationship can both be 80,
The scissor.
or whatever her name is, and both be missing 20. That's what she said. You want me to read it again?
Wait, what? Say that again?
Alika says, so I understand this right. Both the male and female in the relationship can both be 80s and both be missing 20?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
It can be, but to some people, it's like the 80 could be like everything's good, and then that the one half of the relationship, like a male could think everything's good, and the wife or the girlfriend could be like, he's just not cutting it. He's my 80. I know what I'm risking if I lose him, but I can be entertained a little bit. That's what we're saying.
Right. So you have something at home that takes care of everything and takes care of home, but maybe he don't do that one thing for you in the bedroom. So you go get somebody that's gonna do that one thing only for you in the bed. They just there for the bedroom. That's it. You meet, you get it in, you leave. Period. Boom, I'm gone. Not we link up, we go out to eat, we go to amusement parks, we plan trips. No, you don't do that with your 20. He's
playing Scissor. So whatever her name is. Anyway, you hear the song? Let me play it a little louder.
Men love being side pieces.
She's laughing at that.
I'm saying dudes don't care because they feel like it's less headache. Like I don't have to do.
Sherry agrees with me. Hello, because side 20s always want more. Geez,
20s,
not men. I guess not men.
So you can't say 20s then.
You're speaking for the men.
Female.
I'm speaking for the female.
So females, you all feel like not saying as a 20 because I don't know some of you are 20, but if you're a 20, you're going to want more. You're going to want to be that 80%. That's what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't hear you. I'm trying to comment. Sorry. One more time.
You're saying that 20s are always gonna want more. So you're saying female, as a
20, they always want more. They waiting in line, like on a freaking roller coaster. I'm next. Once that 80 give up on you, I'll be right here. I'm gonna hold you down better than she could have did. That's what I'm telling you. It's a facade that 20% of a female will give. Sorry.
It can't be a facade if it's real.
It's a facade because once you get there, it might not be.
But it's real.
Is it real?
If you are the 20, you're the 20.
Yeah, but I'm giving you a facade that I'm like it's everything to you. That's a facade.
No. That's the thing. I don't know the people that fans know. I know who I know, and this is what I know, right? It's good for the moment.
On a male perspective,
it lasts for the moment. No one's looking for longevity with the 20.
I'm just turning the music up because the weekend is the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, and it's basically from what you're saying, it's only for the female.
So Jerry says, I always through the 80% of a relationship and 20% to your life and goals. All right, Jerry. I don't know if you understand.
Jerry, you going on something? No, you're on a different type of time right now. We're not talking.
Do the 20s know their 20s? Some do. Some know.
Yes.
As a female, yes, they know because
yes.
you got a girl, all right, but I'm willing to take you for the weekend, like SZA says.
Yeah, so therefore it is what it is. You acting like it's going to be more.
Yeah, but they do. After a while, if I get you for the weekend, look, if you heard the song, she wants more. She wants more.
Listen, as a 20 baby girl, you could want what you want. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
Thank you, Didi.
It's just not gonna happen. That's all I'm saying. So you can want all you want. Like, this is what that 80, well, that female or that male has to give. They cannot give you more than what they are.
So this Baker says, I'm not really a 20. Can become, I guess they say they don't really feel a 20 can become an 80 unless the 80 leaves the picture and it's ultimately settling.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. The 20 can't become an 80. Like, 9 times out of 10, if that was the case, if the 20 could become an 80, they would have left the 80.
No.
Yes, they would have left.
Do. Sometimes they do.
Look.
So that's the thing. If you became 80, that means you left. That means he left his 80 for you.
Yeah,
or
that's
she
what
left
I'm
her
saying.
80 for you.
That's what
the question is.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
It does happen because some people just wait for their turn. Say the name again one more time. Kuntz. For you waiting to be an 80 from being a 20 is rare. Like he said, for men it is easy. I can't speak for ladies. However, married women cheat and go home. Again, that's why if you're doing stuff like that, that feeling gotta go. If you take a 20 to an 80, you lost an 80 and more times, that's just a rebound.
If your 20 becomes an 80, that's just a rebound because you lost your 80. Yeah, and that's not gonna last. You content. You just settling. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. You just settling for the 20 now. Who's doing that?
So for the newcomers tonight, the topic is 80-20 rule.
Doing that? That's crazy.
Sherry says, why not try and make your 80 the full 100? Help him or her meet.
Because everyone is saying
20.
Because everyone is saying the same thing in here right now, Sherry. They're all saying that, oh, no one is 100. No one is 100. That's what people are saying. No one's 100. I don't believe that. Yes, that's what you said.
That's what some people say.
No one's 100. I don't believe that. I think there are females and males out there that do give or do 100%. Like there's no room for you to even want a 20.
Baker says no one is content being a 20. They always want more. That's my point tonight. Because there's 20% always want to be that 80.
Not all.
They're not good. They're not okay. From a woman's perspective, let me say that because G-Star speaking for the men, and he said the men are okay with being 20%.
You see the homie Kuntz say what I said. Dudes don't care. You have a man, good, boo. That's perfect.
80 become a secret blanket.
Security
blanket, sorry. And there's no love. That's what
right. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, LA. The 80 becomes a security blanket, and now you're happy for that. Like, okay, I have 80% at home. He or she takes care of everything. I don't have no worries. And then I have my 20 who we do whatever we do. We go out. People do this. They go out. They might party with their 20. They definitely have sex with their 20. Like, because whatever the 80's not given, the 20 is given. That's what the 20 is there for.
Janice says, I think if she's all right being the 20, then so be it. But 9 times out of 10, that 20 wants to be that 80 or 100.
The 20 can want to be whatever the 20 wants to be. You don't understand. Nobody, look.
All right, so we got a good
ladies.
One here. Pedro said, I left my 80 for my 20, and now I have 100% that I've been in need of. It's worth the it's worth it to explore if you cannot get what the hell am I doing? Get what you want or need at home. That's what he says.
What did he say?
He said it's worth it. it's worth to explore if you're not getting what you need at home. So that means you're the first commenter.
First person to comment and say that you left your 80 for your 20.
And it was worth it, because that was our next one.
So the grass is green on the other side, pretty much. For you. I don't know how many people are willing to take that risk with their 80 and absolutely drop their 80 for their 20 and see what happens with that. I don't
recommend that.
Yeah, I'm not saying what you did was wrong, and I'm happy for you, or whatever the case may be, but I
Jerry.
Don't see that. I don't know.
So, Coots says, if you
passed a couple of them.
No, I didn't. I went back up. If you know you're at 20, stay in your lane.
Amen, Coots.
But nobody does.
Salute.
Nobody does.
Salute.
They don't stay in
That's
their lane.
That's what I'm talking about. Stay in your lane. You're 20. Know that you're 20. Stay as a 20. Please don't ask for it. Because look, once the 20 starts giving a lip like the 80 gives lip, I don't want to deal with you. Right? I got to go home to the headache. I don't want to be dealing with you. You're supposed to be the getaway.
That's true.
So now if you become a headache, like home is a headache, I might as well just stay home. Because I don't want to deal with all this.
Dee says right after a while they're going to look for more. Females are more emotionally attached than men.
In the open, Dee. Out in the open. Females are more attached in the open, like out in the open, or publicly rather, than men are.
Baker says no matter what, you're always going to be a 20.
Once a 20, always a 20. Exactly.
So Jerry says, I get it. A 20 can't be an 80. And do you feel that way? Like, have you ever been in a situation where you had a 20 and an 80, Jerry? And LA says a 20 got to be an 80 to someone.
In order for it to work, as far as what Nance is saying, what Fence is saying right now, yes, absolutely. Your 20 has to be an 80 to somebody. That way it works. Or it's never going to work.
So, I'm sorry.
You skipping over.
I'm not. The comments are coming. Okay, LA said that. I get what Uncle G it's trying to say, too. That's what Dee said.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I believe that there is 100 men
and women out there. Like people that are 100.
Oh, okay.
I agree, Dee. There has to be. Or try to be.
Jocelyn says, there is no love, but there is lust in a situationship. The 20. I agree, because that's what the 20% is. It's the lust.
No one's saying that it isn't.
But
no one's saying that it isn't.
But lust can make you feel like that's love.
Lust can make you feel like whatever you want to feel like as a 20. I don't care.
No. But as a
fellas, back me up, fellas. Do you care what the 20 feels or has to say about their role or whatever position they're in? Please, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You are what you are. You're 20? All right, baby, you're 20. Leave it at that. Once you start going, well, I think I deserve this and this, you know what?
Right, Lika, not happening. Lika said, yeah, not happening.
I gotta go. What's not happening?
That 80-20 rule.
Nobody's saying it has to.
No, meaning in a sense how she feels. Like, I don't need a 20. She don't need a 20. And her man shouldn't need a 20.
Listen, like I said earlier, I understand, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get yourselves in trouble tonight. I get it, because if that 20 mattered to you, I don't think half of y'all would be saying what you're saying right now.
Timmy says 80-20 is just a bad split, but in reality, what is 20%? I'm not leaving my 80, Shola says.
No one should leave their 80 for their 20. Exactly.
But some people.
What is 20? Hey, money, I see you. 20 is whatever 20 gives. It's not saying that 20% is for the weekend. 20% is for the moment.
Yes, but females
live in the moment.
Females want more as a 20. Like if I'm the 20, all right, I'm gonna wait until your 80 mess up, or wait for you to want more from me, because I already want more, but I gotta play my position. But then sometimes they get boisterous, and that's when you get drama.
Dropped.
No, that's when you get drama.
That's when you get dropped. That's when the 20
silly.
gets
I agree,
snipped. Gotta go. Some people are what?
But some people are that silly.
Some people are that silly, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. They feel like they need that 20. They need 100. That 80 is just, it's enough for whatever they take care of, but there's other things that they need.
Okay, so Sherry says, I'm making my 80 a 400% because that 20 can become overwhelming. They can become a headache.
Yeah, and then they gotta go.
So explain, Jerry, if you've been in that situation, did you ever leave your 20 for your 80, or did your 20 want more, like I'm saying, or in a dude's perspective?
Or did your 80 leave you for a 20, Jerry?
Has any dudes ever been in a relationship? I mean, in a 80-20 split?
It's not split.
I mean, it is a split because you're split.
Like you have an 80 and you have a 20.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So Pedro says, yes, I left my 80. It was hard because I became dependent on that 80. But when I lost interest and found my 20, I had to see the grass was greener. It was a risk that it was worth it, though. I need that 20. I need a 20. Then you need to give up an 80 to see what the rest goes. Where the rest goes.
Yo, Pedro. I applaud you for that bravery. Listen, man. I don't know too many people that's doing that. That's dropping their 80 for their 20. That's kind of bizarre, but it worked out for you.
But
Congrats.
I don't know, because some 20s, they want more.
Look.
And some 20s get more. Some 20s, they luck up and get that person that they want.
Yeah, but they may not know how to do the rest. You were only good for that 20%. Now you have to do 80, right? Now you have to do the rest of the 80. You may not know how. That could be too much.
A risk.
That's not a risk. I don't know too many fellas that's taking that risk. I'm speaking for the fellas. I don't know too many fellas that's taking that risk. Look,
I know some fellas that took that risk.
Who? Where they at?
I don't know where they at.
Yeah,
but
right.
I know. You think I'm a snitch?
No, I'm not saying.
Well, you said who?
I'm saying where they at.
I don't know where they at.
They in it?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Trying to get me to snitch.
No, that's not snitching.
Yes, you are, because whoever's in here, I ain't snitching. You know, I'm ride or die. You heard?
Oh my God.
So Janice says some women in the beginning will accept 20, but down the line they want to be more.
Janice, you could want what you want. You're a 20. You're a 20. It is what it is. You could want all you want, right? That's it.
Who said not at all? We having fun. I don't care how you feel. I'm gonna act like it, but you gotta do more.
Yeah. It don't matter what you do. We just rocking out for the moment.
See, but Jerry, that's what G Star saying. He was like, Jerry said, I was a 20 before and never wanted more. Are you sure? Like,
yes.
Why didn't you want more?
Because it's great for him. He's getting what he's getting. Why want the headache and now have to deal with more? No, I'm good with the 20. Most fellas are good with the 20. If you got baby, you got a man. All right, you still willing to do this? All right.
Who says, why would you want to be with me when you know I'm cheating on my 80? Because that 20 feels like they can change you. That 20% feels like, nah, he ain't gonna do that to me. Or nah, she won't do that to me. I don't know, I'm speaking for women, so I can't say. But they feel like, nah, they ain't gonna do that to me. I'm different.
Listen, why would you want to be with me when I'm I don't know. They might, okay, I agree with fans on that, Kun. They might think that they could change you or they could do more, yes. But why would you still think that you're going to get me? Like.
Because I'm giving that 20, they be giving it their all just to get you away from that 80. You can play that. Yeah, play that.
Yeah. Fellas. You're a savage. You don't care about that. You the money. You a savage. You heard? It is what it is, man.
Pierre said if you are 20 bullying your way to become an 80, what makes you think you won't be the next 80 towards 20? That's a good one.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Fans is saying they want more. You can want what you want. I don't care.
But that's a risk that 20 is willing to take. Yeah, I feel like that 20 wants that position so bad they're willing to take that risk. Like, all right, let me be that 80 for the moment so I can see if I could change that person, and then boom, they become the 80 that's trying to fight for the other 20 or fight over him to a 20 or whatever.
You would have to be more than a 20 from the rip for somebody to drop what they have and get with you.
I don't know.
You could not be a 20. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you could be a 40 or you know what I mean, a 50, but you cannot be a 20 and think, oh, when he leave her, he gonna be with me. Nope.
Yes, that's how female 20s. That's how they think.
Then, ladies, if you ever
trying to beat up the mic?
Look, if you ever are or ever have been, or you in that position right now, and you're a 20, don't be fooled. You're not gonna be the 80.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
That's not true.
Yes,
you can't say
true.
that. That's not true. Because some 20s became 80s. Look at Pedro. He said
He's a dude.
yeah, but he switched out his 80 for his 20. He's living his best life.
He took a risk.
And that's what he said.
That's one out of how many people in the
a lot.
Exactly.
But so what? He's the one. He's
one out
what?
of how
Concrete
many?
out of the rose out of the concrete. That's it.
You're not a rose in Harlem. This is not.
Pedro says, so you take the risk, and if you don't get what you want, either you work on it with the 20 to make them that 100, or you keep looking.
So wait, Pedro, you dropped your 80 and then found a 20?
He dropped his 80 for his 20 and built her up to that 100. That's what he said. And he's living his best life. That's what he said.
Look, you
Right,
seen half of the comments on here tonight. I don't know if everybody's looking in the comments and stuff. Most people are saying that they're content with the 80. So building the 80 up to 100, some people seem to not want to do. I don't know why. Or maybe some 80s don't want to be pushed to 100. They don't want to give that, or they don't have it to give. I don't know. I'm just saying, you see it in the comments. It's saying that.
Timmy says if a 20 takes an 80, they really just became a 40. I'm just saying.
Facto. Nah. If a 20 takes over the 80, yeah. You can't be a 20. You had to be a 40 or something. If you make somebody want to drop their 80, you got to be more than 20, not 20.
LA got a comment. She says, how would you feel if someone in the relationship got with the 20? Would that make the pain less hurtful? Or do the 20 feelings matter anymore? Do they not matter anymore?
What do you mean? How would you feel if someone in the relationship got with the 20? Would that make the pain less hurtful? No. As far as my relationship, you're saying? So if Stance got with a 20? Is that the question?
I think so.
Would that be less hurtful? Nah, it's going to hurt regardless.
Or does the 20's feelings not matter anymore? Because she had said something prior to it, and he was like, the 20's feelings don't matter.
20 feelings don't matter.
But they do matter.
It does matter.
It does. Because they could tag team you like and get crazy.
Tag teaming how?
Because then they might link up. The 80 and the 20 might link up and come for you.
And what happens?
You're by yourself.
They both get dropped.
But no, you're the one that actually gets dropped.
So they're going to get together?
What if? You gonna be that? What if they do?
Then I'm off looking for the 100.
Oh,
so I don't have to deal with a 20. That's what happens in that situation right there.
Jerry says, if I'm your 20, I don't want to be your 80 because who is going to be your 20 when I'm your 80? What if you're the full package, like my man Pedro said? He left his 80 for his 20.
He built her. He said he was the full package from me.
He said no. He left his 80 for his 20, and he's so happy right now.
He took a shot and he built her up.
He took that shot. So Jerry, what if you know what I'm saying? You take that shot and it's worth every risk.
Yo, Jerry, I don't think it's worth it, bro. I'm just saying. I don't see it.
Who said, let him take you out, buy you drinks, tell you he loves you. Come get your plumbing fixed, go home.
Facto.
Cuddle with him.
Yeah, right. Let him know I did that for you, and then go home and hug him.
Sherry says she would rather build her 80.
Look, Sherry, sometimes the 80, that's it. That's the ceiling for some 80s. That's the ceiling for some 80s, Sherry. They don't have any more to give. It happens. Believe it or not, it happens.
I don't know, because all right, so the poll, have you ever were you ever a 20 that became an 80? 40%, 43% said yes, they were a 20 that became an 80, and 57 said no, they weren't.
Are you sure? 57%? Are you sure?
Jerry says, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Pedro says, when you decide to go with your gut, the risk, you can't go. When you decide to go with the risk, you can't go into it with expectations that you'll get more than you were when
they were 20.
Yeah.
When they were 20.
So go in with hopes to grow together and make each other the 100 for one another. That's what
Pedro, that sounds good. I'm not gonna hold you. It sounds good, but so I'm not going into it thinking that I'm going to get more than the 20 that I was already getting. and I just had an 80, so I know what 80 feels like. So I'm only going into it thinking I'm just gonna get the 20. I'm not willing to risk that, take a chance with that. I don't think too many people are.
So we asked for the newcomers, anybody that's new. Tonight's topic is 80-20 rule. So we asked, has anybody left their 80 for their 20? And the poll was 10% said yes and 90% said no. Then we had another question that we asked was, if you were 20, did you become an 80? 43% said yes, that they were 20s and they became 80s, and 57% said no, they were never 20s that became 80s. So the next question is, if you ever left your 20 for your 80, do you have any regrets for leaving that 80? Kuhn says, but you built her, Pedro.
Yeah, you built her. If you built her to be your 100, that's dope. Congratulations. Some people, you cannot get any more out of them. They are what they are. If they're just the 80, they're just the 80. So they may pay the bills, or they may provide for you, and they may take you home, be great fathers, great providers, but maybe they don't know how to put it down in the bedroom. They don't know how. That's just that. You took an Assassin's Creed leap, Pedro. That's what Kuhn said. Definitely, you jumped, like you out the window. Ron Browse, like you out, like you did that. I'm just saying, most people, a lot of people don't do that. Like nobody's taking that chance, that shot.
Leaving their 20 or leaving their 80 for their 20.
Yes. And to Sherry's comment, some people are just 80. They don't have anything else.
That's what LA said.
So you just become content with, all right, well, I guess I'll settle for the 80. Some people. To others, that 20% is a major thing for them, a major issue.
So then maybe you should be with that 20. That's
doesn't
right.
Because
if the 80 finds out, like, you're willing to risk all of this for 20%, you might as well just go be with that 20%, because that don't make sense if you're willing to risk this all.
Maybe they're not.
Jerry says the 80 is safer than the 20. The 20 is going out on a limb.
It is going out on a limb. The 80 is definitely safer. That's your comfort zone, wholeheartedly.
Jerry says you work on it, if that's what you want.
Yeah, you could work on it. So
yeah, you could work on it.
No, you can. You can work on it. I agree. You can. Some people don't know how to get past certain things. All you do is argue. All you do is want to give me lip. All you do is give me a headache. Who wants to deal with that all the time? And
so
you're
then
the
you
80.
Leave the 80. Then leave the 80, because it doesn't make sense to have. If that's a problem for you, so then leave the 80 and go not be with the headache.
That's
right?
Easy to say when you have two people that don't have anything. I'm talking no children, no property, no. You know what I mean? They have nothing together. That's easy. When they have things together, it's like, I'm not leaving. Just because you want to give me a headache and stuff like that, I'm not leaving my children. I'm not leaving what I work for. People don't want to do that. Just saying.
LA says 20 or 80, someone's going to get hurt. So what does?
The 20. The 20 gets hurt, LA. No.
But that's okay? Like, that's okay for you to be like, whatever? You're heartless, man.
Not heartless.
You're heartless because you're playing with two people's feelings.
Listen, man, it's rules.
There's no rules.
It's rules. Ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, if you're a 20, your feelings are on the shelf. Like, it's like, hey.
It's not right.
I'm just saying. That's look, you see the comment. That's what it is. It's just what it is. Sorry to tell you, but hey, no one's going to hurt their 80 over their 20.
But once the 80 finds out, then they hurt.
That's the thing. Especially, listen.
What could the 20% be giving you that the 80 isn't? Like, that you're willing to risk it all? Because that's a risk. When you find the 20% and you could be entertained and, you know what I'm saying? That's a risk. Is it worth the risk, having a 20%?
For some people, it is. For some people, it absolutely is.
Sherry says, what you're looking for in that 20, build it in your 80.
Sherry, you keep saying that. That's not always the case. Some people can't be built.
So tonight's topic to the newcomers is the 80-20 rule.
Yo,
My bad, I'm taking
You breaking stuff.
So the 80-20 rule is female or male having a 80 at home and being entertained by 20%. And we asked a few questions like, has anybody left their 80 for their 20?
What's entertaining?
Entertaining is stroking your ego, giving you those butterflies that your 80 isn't giving you. You know what I'm saying?
Great sex. That's entertainment.
That's entertainment too. Yes. If and the next question was, if you were a 20, did you become an 80? Let's see. Pedro says, wise men once said, I'll find the link for you. A man's purpose isn't to find the perfect woman. It is for him to create, mold, and build a woman into what he wants and needs. Yes, sometimes you can't get past the 80 and become 100%. I'm not even up to maybe. And become 100. But if you can't work on it with the 80, maybe you can with the 20.
Amen. That might be true. That what you just said right there, Pedro, I like that. That might be true. Absolutely. Amen. But it still goes back to taking the risk. That's a huge what if. Right? What if my 20 is better than the 80? That's a big, that's a huge what if.
Some people are willing to take that risk.
No, one person is willing to take that risk.
No. One person that's willing to comment loudly.
Right. Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kuhn said, but that's a relationship you have to work on. However, we're not talking about that.
Right.
Some people are talking about that because some people are 20s that just became 80s and they need to be worked on. Hey, Sawad.
No.
Natasha.
No, wait. What?
What did I say?
What are you saying? So 20s are trying to work on their relationship to become an 80? Is that what he's saying? Is that what you're saying, Kuhn? But that's a relationship. You have to work on it. However,
that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
That's what you said.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. So, however, if you're 20, you're 20. If you're not working on your relationship, you just gotta, play your role. Go find you an 80. It's not gonna be me.
No.
It's not gonna be me, baby.
I don't feel like.
Go find you an 80.
For the newcomers tonight, we're talking about the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule is you get 80% of what you need at home from your man, girl, whatever, but then you get that work boo or somebody that's entertaining you. That's the 20%. Have you ever left your 80 for that 20%? If so, was it worth the risk? Do you have any regrets? Like what? Okay. So that's the question. I thank you. Thank you. That's what Kuntz is saying. So yes, give us your thoughts. 80-20 rule. We played The Weeknd by SZA. I think that's her name. Because 20s always want to become 80s. In my book, for females. I'm speaking for females. If any female tonight disagrees with what I'm saying, please comment, please. Any females okay with being 20s? I don't think that's.
Nobody's gonna say they're okay with being.
With being all right, whatever.
Nobody's gonna say they're okay.
Men are saying they're okay with being a 20.
Men don't give a damn. They're okay with that. Go home to your men. Just come here and give me or come get what you feel you know what I'm giving you.
Oh.
And come and get that. Come and get that and then go. And I'm not saying it could just be sex. Some 20s, male that are 20s, they just sugar daddies. They just provide money. So the woman comes to get the money and she probably shows them a little something and she go about business. It's possible. I'm just saying, dudes don't care. Look, you have sugar daddies out here. Females not commenting on that. Sugar daddies don't care. That's 20. That's a 20.
True.
I got my 80,
yeah,
and then I got a sugar daddy on the side. This old head that love me. All I gotta do is wear tights. All I gotta do is wear tights around the sugar daddy, and he giving me $500 for no reason. Come on, man.
Janelle says, I will definitely leave at 80 if my 20 makes me happier.
Happier in what aspect? 80. Your 80 has to be making you happy in some aspect, Janelle. I'm confused.
I mean, are you happy if you have a 20? Like, are you really happy if you have to go out and find a 20? You
could not be happy in that whatever area that person provides. You say entertain. No one is really like, I don't understand. Entertain can be a lot of different things. Like, It's a very broad area, topic, subject.
Angelo says that 20 sees what that 80 has and wants to be that 80, but never can.
Never
But
can. Some
have become 80.
James, thank you.
Some
the 20
have.
can want whatever the 20 wants, but you never can get what the 80 has.
But some have. Some have become. We took a poll. Some 20s have become 80s, Angelo. So what are your take on that?
They think.
And we have one male.
They think.
Shout out to Pedro. He
think.
left his 80 for the 20. And look, he living his best life. That's what he said.
That's one out of all these people. That's the one person that spoke up and said it. Congrats to him. Happy for you.
All right, Pedro. As a man, as the man side, if you're just looking for entertainment of not getting caught, then you don't need the 80. You need to keep exploring all the 20s in the world. But if you're looking for more because the 80 isn't giving it, then take that risk.
The 20 is only the 20, Pedro, because you have an 80. So you can't explore all the 20s if you don't have an 80. They're not 20s. They are
dating
females.
Right. You're just dating.
That's just that. They're not 20s. 20 is 20 when you have an 80.
LA says you got to remember, everybody plays the fool. Your heart can get caught out there because that's one emotion you can't touch.
And listen, let's be clear. 20,
right, LA.
20 can be anything. So let's just make that clear. 20 could be the one person that
Janelle says physically, emotionally.
The 20 could be that one person that your spouse talks to on the phone all the time, laughs, giggles, jokes. That's 20% because you don't do that with your 80. That's 20. It doesn't matter. Like LA said, someone's getting hurt. Your spouse or whatever is hurt because you don't laugh or joke like that with me, but you do that with this person all the time. You go out and kick it with this person and joke and laugh all the time, but then you come in the house and you serious and you giving me headache.
Janelle says physically, emotionally, and plus financially.
What about it?
So her comment that she has said before makes me happier. Her 20% making her happier in that sense.
So saying.
I cannot take you today.
Saying that.
She says I'll keep a 20 in the pocket. In a little pocket.
Most people are saying that tonight anyway, Shay. Thank you for speaking up and being truthful because most people are saying you got to be content with your 80 or try to build your 80. Why are you trying to build your 80? What's going on in the process? You just okay with missing out on that? That what people were saying? Nobody wants to keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Damn. Shay says she keeps the 20 in the pocket.
No, she says she will.
Little ace in a hole. I got you.
She didn't say okay.
All right, little nightcap. You know what I mean? Tucked in the pocket. I hear you.
Janelle says that's what I'm saying. I would take the risk if they were making her financially, emotionally, and physically, emotionally, and plus financially.
No. Janelle, that's not a 20. Your 20 can't make you happy physically, emotionally, and financially. That's not a 20 anymore. That's the 80. The 20 is doing one of those things.
No.
Just one.
No, because the 20 could be giving you the butterflies, giving you money, because you said sugar daddies do that.
They're not a 20.
And they could be making you feel like
they're not a 20.
They could be making you feel wanted.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be some type of rules or like outline to this. Your 20 is only really doing one thing. No, or there wouldn't be a 20 anymore.
They might be doing a few things.
Then they're not a 20 anymore. So you don't have an 80 at home, ladies and gentlemen. You have a 60 and a 40 on the outside because they're doing this, and that, not just this.
Liga says the 20s who become 80s are now an 80 themselves because they may be lacking something the other 80 had. So it's never ending. No one's perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Oh, look who's in the house.
And some people, a lot of people aren't perfect either, but so why can't they strive for it though? So if I'm an 80, then why can't we work on me being 100? If you're an 80, why can't we work on you being 100?
That's what Sherry says. Work on it.
Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of people don't want to grow. Like they're content with being an 80 because I do this, and this. I don't need to do everything else that you're trying to say. And that's where it is.
She don't say, "Oh, okay, maybe you're right. I'm tripping now that you say it like that."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not a 20 anymore. If you're doing all of those things, you're like a 40. Maybe you might be the 80. You might be the 80.
I don't know.
I
think 20s always want more, and some people said no. The poll says no. Do you have any regrets? Some say no. Well,
It's
100% say no, but no in.
That's Pedro.
It probably is.
It's the one person. It's the one person that commented on the poll that said he does not have
it's
any
that one
regrets.
person.
It's one person, Pedro. Pedro, we love that you are happy, brother. Trust me, I'm all for it. What? What are you trying to do?
No, I was just making sure.
Listen, man. Your 80's your 80, and your 20 is your 20. If your 20 doing more than one thing or providing or anything like that, they're not a 20 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. They're 40, and your 80 isn't your 80. You just live with that person and have a family with that person. There really is 60, because you find yourself doing more and having way more fun with your 40.
Okay, so
that's not 80-20.
We did this on our station, so we're just trying to catch up. But we did have one comment on the station, and the person had said their 20% has to have an 80% at home, because they have to have the same amount to lose as them. That's what they're saying.
What? What was it again?
So remember when Clayton,
mm-hmm.
he said some people that he know has to have a 20 that has an 80, because they have to be worth the, like, they have to be able, willing to have the same risk.
That's what I said. I said that already.
Yeah.
I said, in order for your 20 to not, like Fancy saying, want all this other stuff.
She was like, but if my 20 make banana pancakes, he's a keeper.
Right, but that's all he does. I agree.
Food is life.
I agree. All he does is provide you with food, and he make banana pancakes that are banging for you. He's a 20. That's all he does. That's it. It's just that. If your 20 doesn't have anything to lose, then yes, like Fancy is saying, the 20 is always going to want more. If the 20 has an 80 and you're the 20 to your 20,
no, because
we cool.
No, because we know someone or some people that have both had 80s at home, and they were both each other's 20, and they left their 80s to become each other's 20s, because, I mean, what are they? Each other's
80s?
No, because they're not really, I mean, they're exclusive to a certain extent. They're exclusive, but not exclusive. I don't know. Angela said 20s, a taker, never a giver.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on that, Angelo?
No, you don't have to elaborate on that, Ange. I get what you're saying. I get it, Ange. It's a Wagner thing. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Later.
So I guess the 20s are winning because 20s are still in the picture.
20s are, yes.
So that means you must have a 20? No.
You just answered your own
question. I left
question.
a 20 for 100%. That's what he said.
You left a 20 for 100%?
They always want more. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter what they want, and they could want all they want.
Yeah, but then what's the sense of playing with someone's feelings?
Yes,
it is. It's all about playing with somebody's feelings.
It's not.
It is. It's all about playing with somebody's feelings, because if you're leaving your 20 for an 80, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, entertaining a 20, what do you think is going to happen? They want what that 80 has. They want more.
Listen,
they want more.
They can want what they want. That's what you're not understanding.
No. You're not understanding that.
You're not understanding. They can want what they want. Period.
You're not understanding that,
So look, two things you could walk away with tonight, right? You got a 20, your 20 should have an 80.
What? You're giving bad advice.
Your 20 needs to have an 80.
Don't listen.
Therefore, because Fence is saying, the 20s are getting hurt And they have
Everybody
feelings
gets
too.
hurt.
So if your 20 got an 80,
So let me ask you something. If feelings grow between the person that's the 20% and the person that has the 80 at home, and they have to end it, people's feelings are gonna get hurt. Like, damn, I'm sorry, I gotta end it with you. It's hurting me to end this with you, but I gotta end it for the sake of my 20. Two people's feelings are getting hurt.
Whoa. So someone's ending their 80 for their 20, you're saying?
No,
You just said that. I gotta end it.
I'm ending my 20 for my 80 because she found out or he found out. So, it gotta be done.
So what?
But your feelings get hurt, and so does the 20's feelings. You're dumb. You're dumb.
So what?
No, but your feelings get hurt. So that's
what? It's not an 80.
So what?
It's not an 80. It's the 20.
Kunt says, as a 20, you're only allowed to see the bedroom and bathroom.
And the light switch, right?
Angelo says,
on, off.
She's about to give you 5 fingers off your head, Gary. Exactly. Because he's just giving bad advice. And that's not good advice to give somebody.
Not giving bad advice.
You are. It's like 20 don't matter.
Because
20s became 80s.
You're trying to make it seem like 20s have a say, so they don't. It's not a relationship. The person that's dealing with them is not in a relationship with them.
It's a relationship to the 20. The 20s think they're in a relationship.
So
like you can't have nobody else. If you just got me and your 80. No, there's no way you can have somebody else.
It doesn't matter.
We're in this threesome relationship. You can't have somebody else.
We're not in a threesome relationship.
That's what the 20s feel.
We're not. And once you start giving all types of headaches and stuff like that as a 20, you gotta go, baby.
How long can you have a 20?
You gotta go.
How long can you have a 20? That's a question. How long do 20s last?
How long do the 20 stay at 20?
Do they no?
Yes.
How long do they last?
How long do the 20 stay at 20?
Because people could be with the 20 for 5 years and still have their 80.
Not a 20 anymore. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know.
There's rules to this. Not a 20 anymore. You've been with that person longer than 90 days. It's always a 90-day rule, right? You get a 1 year contract. You get a 1 year contract. You with that person longer than that 1 year contract, time to renegotiate. Going back to the drawing board. You're no longer a 20 anymore. You've moved up. You gotta be like a 40.
Nah.
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you. People are still dealing with 20s for years.
But what if 20s become baby mothers?
They're not, and they're definitely not 20s anymore.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
How can you say not?
Because you're not just giving what you were giving before. Now you're giving more.
Angelo says 2 months.
A 2 month contract for a 20? All right.
That's I don't know.
All right. That's like a maybe like a 2-game, 3-game contract. Okay. Couple of months. See? 90 days, man. 90 days.
Sherry said, I don't know if this question was asked, but how do that 20 know that they're a 20?
They know the situation they came into.
They know that the person got a girl.
You signed up for. Listen,
that's a 20. When you know that they have an 80 at home.
You know you're a 21. If you haven't been around that long, you just met that person. And after whatever happens, they leave.
No.
I gotta go home. I have to go home. I have to go home to whomever my 80 at home.
Yes.
You know you were 20.
Yes.
If the numbers don't need to be said, I gotta go home. You know what I got at home.
Or when they up front with you, like, look, I got a girl, but if you will, I got a man, and you willing to.
If you willing to deal, then you willing to deal. You were 20. You know it. You was willing to deal with that. You was loving the spot in the beginning because you was getting what you was getting. Now all of a sudden you want more. No, baby girl.
Right.
It don't work like that. Yeah.
All right, guys. This was a really good topic. It is almost 11 o'clock. All right, guys. Great conversation tonight.
Thanks for chilling with us. We appreciate it. Cool. Shout out to you, man. Love you, boy. Holding us down.
We'll see everybody on Monday with an even better topic than tonight.
Right. So tune in again. We try to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Go ham, go crazy. Right? Go ham radio, everything like that. 9:30 every time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Monday we will be back on at 9:30. So we could keep it rolling. All right.
Thank you guys then. Love you. Be safe.
Have a good night.